Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of Football Talk. My name is Striker and today I've got Simples. Guys, Simples? Hello? Guys, I swore Simples was just next to me. Guys, I don't know. Simples, he's normally with me this week. Guess he's not. He is this time. Oh well. I guess I have to do this on my own, guys. Anyways, guys, we have two massive games coming up today. We've got Everton versus Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, and then we've got FA Cup action. I almost said finals. We've got FA Cup action coming up. Manchester City versus Langton or I don't know how you say it, but you guys know what I'm on about. And without further ado, this is probably going to be the first time I say it, but let's head straight to the intro! Actually, I have said it, but not without, Alrighty guys, let's get into this Merseyside derby action. Let's get straight into it, guys. James Trafkowski lashed an incredible 98-minute equalizer as Everton just made a dramatic 2-2 draw with Liverpool in the last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park. Mohamed Salah had looked to stolen the show when he gave Liverpool the lead late in the game. Of course, completing a turnaround started when McAllister cancelled out Beto's early goal, but Trafkowski's rocket in the moment everyone will now remember. Curtis Jones both saw red in a meal following the final whistle. So if you guys don't know what I was saying, pretty much after the whistle went, there was a huge fight, and like I saw, I'm telling you guys, it was like just a full-on fight that went down after the final whistle blown. A big brawl went down. It wasn't really a brawl, but it was just a big confrontation going on between both sides and all that stuff. It went crazy, got out of hand. Supporters have spilled onto the pitch after the equalizer, but then when the dust settled, Liverpool still sit on top of the table, 7 points clear, although Arne Slot and assistant Skip, I can't say this guy's name, but was sent off because of a complaint towards referee Michael Oliver. But it was Trafkowski and Everton who had the final say to matter in this Merseyside farewell to Goodison Park. The club's now deadlocked on 41 wins. Alpins? I can't say the word. But here in eternity. Alright. And then it says here, we've got them something to shout about. David Moyes said beforehand, and his Everton players did just when Gerard, can't say this guy's last name, but clever free kick was met with a cold finish in hottest of atmosphere by Beto to give the home side the lead. So, pretty crazy derby, especially for what happened at the end where there was a huge altercation between both Everton and Liverpool. Of course, it's a derby. Of course, we're going to see lots of arguments, lots of fights going on into a pitch. Of course, right after that last goal, we saw fans getting onto the pitch, going crazy, throwing things in the air, just causing all types of mayhem, like we normally see on a football or soccer pitch. Now, without further ado, it is time to go over to the blue side of Manchester, Man City, when we won it 2-1 in a comeback. I almost forgot what I was going to say though, but we made a great comeback. Kevin De Bruyne struck a late winner as Manchester City survived an almighty score to secure a 2-1 comeback victory over a League One underdog. Pretty tough in a hard-fought FA Cup. Fourth round tied at in a Group Stadium, or I can't say the first name of it, but it's called Group Stadium. The Ers were excellent through and sent the supporters into dreamland on 16th minute when lone Tottenham Hotspur Jamie Donnelly's pursued a moment for the first time in a 40-yard lob that hit the underside of the goalpost, which ended up being back in the net. Thank you to one man, Stefan Ortega. And honestly, bro, what was he doing just in the beginning of that? Like, given an own goal, thank God we came back when we desperately had to. Because I don't know what he was doing, freaking messing up like that. So, don't know what was going through his mind. It is what it is now. And then City would take control and would pull off a few circumstances on within the 56th minute, make it a substitute for our new homeboy that we signed. I can't say his name, but I'll try and spit it out. I can't say this guy's name. I'm sorry guys if I can't say it right and all that. So it is what it is. Louis' shot to snipe the first goal for the club continued to cause problems on the break. Set pieces by substitute Kevin De Bruyne, who made sure City would avoid an upset when he clipped a lovely finish beyond Josh Keenly 12 minutes from time. But, however, Slot's table toppers extended their unbeaten run to 20 matches. I'm pretty sure this... Oh, wow, this was from last episode. Never mind. I don't know why it wasn't written on the notes, but that was completely unacceptable. Not unacceptable, but it was added there. Did not see it. But without further ado, guys, I think it's just about time we just head straight to our studio. Our boy's got some news. Finally, he's got some notes forwarded in for him. So without further ado, let's go to him. Alright everybody, it is time for some breaking news. And, well, we've got a lot of things to talk about. I actually got two types of interesting news I want to talk about. The first one we're going to be talking about is a potential return of Rodri. Over about when will he be back, and when he'll be recovered for that ACL injury. And potentially, the one question everybody's wondering, where will Paul Pogba be after his 18-month ban? So once that finishes, where's he going to go after this? Does he go to Juventus? Does he just stay there? Or does he just move to another club? We'll see, because we're going to be talking about it right now. So, we've got some news regards as of Rodri's ACL injury. He had recently spoke to Sky Sport about his physical condition, the recovery progress, and here's what he said. He says I always say this is a part of life. Injuries are sometimes athletes are used to. He said this recently, saying, maintaining an attitude despite the frustrations of not being able to help his team on the pitch. And then, of course, Rodri remains positive as this break is as an opportunity to strengthen other areas. And then he says here, I'm a very positive person. I always thank God for everything and try these moments. I try to focus on the good. I've taken the time to do things I normally can't, like spending more time with my family and working and improving other parts of my body to come back stronger. As he also has also acknowledged that it's difficult to watch matches from the sidelines. I don't like the situation. You can get more nervous because you can't control what happens on the pitch. But I try to support my team from outside and give them my perspective on the game. But as he recovers, he looks to rejoin the team and just be a key player for Manchester City because he is without a doubt one of the best midfielders that the Premier League have seen. And Spain as well, because he's won the World Cup with Spain already. So, pretty interesting news. Pretty interesting. We hope Rodri does come back for Man City, plays for them, and helps them get back on top. Now, moving over to a former Manchester United player in Paul Pogba. The former Manchester United midfield Paul Pogba has secured a short-term transfer before getting back in his career on track in the summer. The Frenchman is actually looking to join a new club following his release from Juventus. He was allowed to return to football next month following a ban testing positive for banned substance DHEA. I don't know what that means. Somebody has to let me know in the comments, alright? So after originally the ban was supposed to be a 4-year ban, but Pogba's now been reduced to 18 months on an appeal as a current free agent. He says here, any move of Europe to top 5 leagues unlikely now that the January transfer window has closed. Paul Pogba recently admitted his mission to return to the French national team after his last appearance in his nation on March 22nd. The dream of the World Cup in 2026 is there, as he recently said in December, but it's up to me to open them. If Paul Pogba does return to Les Bleus, a squad short-term that may fix some requirements in Italy, they have claimed the midfielder could potentially go to the MLS, Brazil, or Turkey over a move before the summer. So, of course, he says it's highly unlikely he can join some of the top 5 leagues in Europe, as now the January transfer window has closed. It shut down. Well, it didn't really shut down, but it closed like a month ago. So, the real question is, where's Pogba going to go? Because once this ban finishes, where will he go? Will he go back to Manchester? Will he go to, back into Europe? Or will he go somewhere else out of Europe? We're going to just have to find out. But for now, that is it for today's breaking news. And let's go straight back to our boy. Not boys, but boy himself. I think you guys already know what I'm about. Well, guys, crazy report we saw there. Rodri potentially returning real soon. And just lots of all other interesting things that we just heard from our good old news reporter. But I think that is it for this solo episode, I'd say. Because this was all me. And honestly, guys, if you guys are actually wondering why Simples is actually not with me for this episode, reason being is that just tired, couldn't be bothered. So I was like, you know what? For this episode, I'm going to go solo for just this one episode. And I promise you guys, next week, Simples will be back. And we'll be back for another episode of Football Talk. But guys, without further ado, up in Striker. And I'll see you guys next week with Simples this time. With Simples, alright? See you later, guys. See you next week.